This episode is fueled by Mountain Ops, supplements to conquer more and crush your countdowns. Visit mountainops.com for all your supplemental needs. Fuel, recover, repeat.
We wanted you on because not only are you jacked, but you're also older, and that's just impressive. I'm just going to use the age card because it's harder to get in shape when you're older. So,
Drew, I turned 57 this Sunday.
What?
Man.
There's no way. You popped up, and I was like, "You're younger than I thought."
Yeah.
Man.
No, I think you're just no, it's not airbrushing. It's photoshopping. No, AIing your muscles. I don't know.
Airbrushing.
Yeah, I'm writing them all in.
We wanted to bring you on live so you can show us.
Yeah, that's right. So you can't hide no more. We're exposing the truth. No,
Yeah.
don't show that arm. So, all right. Welcome back to Countdown 2 Podcast. I'm your host, Drew.
I'm Leighton.
And we're brothers. And today we are excited because we get the honor and the privilege of having Darrell Miller on the show. And if anybody's been around Mountain Ops Conquer 90 challenges, or just the Facebook group in Mountain Ops at all, you'd know Darrell, who's very active on there, very supportive, very encouraging, and also very ripped. So thank you, Darrell, for joining us, and welcome to the show.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate you having me on here.
Yes, we are stoked to have you on there. So you have been in the challenge. When was the last challenge what was the first challenge you did with Mountain Ops?
I started in the challenge in 23, just kind of jumped in a little bit, but I wasn't really fired up. Didn't get my mindset right. So I just kind of went through the motions for a little while and then just petered out. Didn't do any more. 24 was kind of the same thing. Jumped into it again. Never really got fully into it. I actually was talking with Kelsey at the same time then, and I was like, gosh, man, I should have stayed in this one because I felt pretty confident, but I just didn't get dialed in good. And then last year, I fully committed into last year.
Fully committed, and it shows. So, for the reference of Kelsey, she was an amazing, she's still an amazing coach, but she was one with Mountain Ops. People that tend to use her to really embracing what she taught usually had the results for it. So shout out to Kelsey.
I think everyone we've had on
Absolutely.
has gone through Kelsey.
Yeah. And 2023, that was the year James Stone won.
Yep.
Along with Abby, who we've had both those on our show. Amazing results. What was your fitness level at that time when you first started?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, my wife gives me a hard time because I'm not a guy that just kind of does something halfway. So I lift. I'm a lifter. I love lifting, but also I do a lot of hiking. I do a lot of physical activity. I live on a farm. So it's just kind of my thing, right? I want to be able to continue this kind of stuff when I get old. And I love hunting is my thing. So I do a lot of hunting, a lot of elk hunting. I'm an archery elk hunter, and that's kind of my driving force is that I want people to be. I don't want people waiting on me. I want me waiting on them. Mm-hmm. So I've been pretty consistent for probably, I don't know, probably 7-8 years. I've been really, really hitting it pretty hard. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. What was the change in 2025 where you really full commit and had these results that were mind blowing?
When I started, I felt like crap. Honestly, I was big. I really spent the year before really trying to get bigger, and which is weird, right? What was I guess I was 55 in 2024, 25. Yeah, I was 55, turning 50. Yeah, somewhere. Yeah, turning 56. Yep. And I spent the year before that wanting to get bigger, and I just kind of wanted to get bigger. Well, then I got into 25, and I gained a little bit of cushion, and I wasn't very happy with it. And once I jumped in, I fully committed into jumping in, and I needed some things, needed some direction to get dialed in, and that's where I hired Kelsey, and she got me directed in the right direction. And she goes, well, you probably don't need much help with your lifting and stuff like that. You sound like you got a pretty good routine. I said, yeah, I got a pretty good routine. I said, but I need the rest of it dialed in. So that's where it came from.
Yeah. Safe to say that you were very strong, but maybe not fast or, like.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. You bet. Yeah. Yeah. It was different. It was just, I wanted to do something, to get into it and get myself leaned back out again. And that's where it happened. Once it started to happen, I told her that when I do get leaned out, I lean out super fast. And so I said, this probably won't take 90 days. It's just how my body responds once I get it dialed in right. And it didn't. Literally at 60 days, I had to get onto a maintenance. I couldn't go no more because I didn't want to start losing muscle mass, and I didn't want to get down into the single digits and into body fat neither. So
yeah. That's safe. That's fair. Looking back at 2025, doing that challenge, what part of it was personally the hardest for you, do you think?
Learning to eat fiber. Didn't realize, not to eat it because I like to eat everything, but I didn't realize how important fiber was for me. Fiber is like your number one fat burn food you can eat. So having the right amount of fiber was tough, and I couldn't figure out what to eat, and I had to reach out several times to get things figured out. Once I got things figured out, it became much easier. And my workout routines were the same anyway. My workout routines are I lift for an hour a day, maximum an hour. I do not ever go over an hour. I do one body part a week, which is pretty weird. People say that doesn't work, but it worked. It's just kind of getting my food dialed in was probably my hardest, just getting that dialed.
It's amazing.
That makes
how
sense. That's great.
Yeah. It's amazing how that's one of the big factors for sure. We've heard that many times before.
When you say one body part a week, is it like one day is one arm? Not a week, sorry, a day. Was that one arm one day, or is that arms one day?
Yeah, biceps, triceps will be one day.
Cool.
Shoulders is one day. Yeah. Now I'm gonna work my right shoulder today and my left shoulder tomorrow.
Yeah, right.
That's it. Like, I imagine the guy there's a movie. Anyway, I won't get into that.
I know what movie you're talking about, and I'm not sure it's worthy of repeating it. So
yeah, that's fine. Lady in the Water. Anyway.
Oh, that one. Okay, never mind. I was thinking of a different one, but so right now participants are currently about 30 days from the end of this current challenge. It sounds like you were pretty dialed at this spot last year,
right?
Take us through. I mean, were you at that time just maintaining? Were you trying to stay up with consistency, or you just riding it out to the end?
I was still trying to get things. I mean, I felt pretty dialed, but I was still trying to get things. I bumped my calories back up like another. I think we went up like 400 or 500 calories, and I continued to lose weight. So I was kind of like, well, this is crazy. So I knew I was feeding good. I knew I didn't want to get too thin, but I also was feeling super strong. So I hit PRs every single week at the gym. In that 90-day challenge in 25, which was, I've never done that. Not that consistent ever. And so that was crazy. But the 60 days was hard. 30 days was hard. The last 30 days was hard because your mind, you kind of want to get into that cruise control mode and or like, I got there already, right? So I can drop off now. I'm fine, right? And where I want to be. Well, that's the part that becomes hard too, because you want to maintain. So you have to now get that part figured out. And I don't look at it as being on a diet, right? It's lifestyle changes. You got to make the lifestyle changes to be successful for a long time. So that getting all that figured out and trying to stay good. And I mean, it becomes, I think the last 30 days is hard, whether you are where your goal is, or if you're not quite to it yet, because even if you're at your goal, you don't want to back off, because you back off, then you can get lazy and you're going to revert back. And you work so hard for those first 60 days that you don't want to fall off.
Yeah. 100%. All right. Was there a turning point in your life when you realized your health needed to become a real priority? I mean, it sounds like you were already really, consistent. Like you said, you're all or none mentality. Has that been your lifestyle? And And I love asking this question because especially at your age, when people their health starts declining, or just life is wearing on them. Was there a turning point? Because my brother and I, we both started to, as we got into our 30s, and for myself 40s, late 40s, it was just like, man, I got to make some changes here. Did you ever have that point before you really figured out your journey?
Oh, for sure. Like I said, I've always lifted. I've done that when I was younger. I lifted really hard. I was really small when I was in junior high, so I wanted to get bigger. So I didn't want to get picked on. I played football. I was a wrestler, and yeah, I played baseball, but I was small. So yeah, I kind of lifted my whole life. I was always been pretty strong, pretty good shape, and I drank a lot in my 30s, 20s and 30s, early 40s. I drank a lot, got super lazy. Went to give blood one year with my daughter, her senior year in high school, and my blood pressure was too high. And that was like my first trigger point, right? And then I was like, okay, this isn't okay. I mean, I was embarrassed. I was like, this is horrible. What's going on? And then that year, my son was over in Kansas working, and my wife and I went over and visited with him. And a gal he was dating was working at a nutritionist office. So we went in there and I got a full body scan, and I was like 28.5% body fat. And I freaked out. This is really not good, because it put it in my face right then. I was like, this is horrible. And yeah, I mean, I'm 5'8", weighed at that time, I think I weighed around 195 pounds, but it was not a good 195 pounds. It was horrible. And yeah, that was my turning point. Those two was in the same year, 6 months apart or so. And yeah, I came home from Kansas, and I looked at my wife. I said, we're going to fix this. This is not okay. And she had been working out, but I hadn't been. And that's when I started working out then. And I started making some changes. That was my progression. That was going really well. It was going good. Went really good for like 2 years. Then I tore my rotator cuff.
Oh,
yeah.
Mercy.
How?
Don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I was doing working out in a group called, it was actually called it was a beast mode group. It was kind of like it wasn't CrossFit, but it was like HIIT. So a lot of weight training with HIIT, and we went out and did some stuff on some monkey bars today. And I honestly think that's when I did it, but didn't hurt, never felt it. And I'd go back in to lift again, and I'm like, hey, this doesn't feel right. Something's not good. And then all of a sudden I couldn't lift my left arm up to point at anything. I was like, I gotta get this checked. So
yeah. And does it still affect you?
Not even a little bit.
Good.
That's
awesome.
I had a great physical therapist after I had surgery, and in fact, the guy who did my surgery was the only one in the state of Washington that did it orthoscopically. And so I have 5 little tiny incisions on it, and I mean, my shoulder's stronger now than before, by far. It's great. Yeah.
Love it. That's awesome. So before you committed to the 2025 challenge, you were lifting, you were a farmer, lots of daily work. And then you were like, I need to make a change, or you kick it into gear. What would you say is the biggest difference from how you were training before the challenge versus actually training for the challenge?
My food. I'm an eater. I love eat. I mean, who doesn't love food, right? So like food is and ice cream. You buy a half gallon of ice cream and I'll finish it in 2 nights. So that's we can't have ice cream in our house very often anymore. Food was my big one, right? Because I overate, and I knew I overate, but I liked food, so I would overeat and just kind of get content with it. And then pretty soon you look down and you're like, okay, this isn't working right. This isn't not pretty no more.
Yeah, going the wrong way.
Yeah, that was food. Food was a big one. And then not realizing the importance of zone 2 cardio. Those are the 2 things that I got, I think, the most of. For sure.
Yeah, Leighton preaches zone 2 all the time, and I can't shut him up, so I guess I got to do it, right?
I just preach it. I don't do it all the time, but I preach
Sorry,
it.
Drew.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you're one of those.
It's key, man. It's key.
Literally, right before you came on, he was giving me crap about zone 2.
It was love.
I never realized how important it was, how much you go above zone 2, you start burning muscle. You stay in zone 2, you burn fat. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't feel like you're doing diddly squat, but it does what it does.
Yep. Absolutely.
That makes sense. Speaking of does what it does, now the goal and the idea here is to support others in their workout journey, whether it be part of their Conquer 90 challenge, or if it's just, we've got other listeners that aren't part of the Mountain Ops group. Can you remember a moment in your life where your fitness or your health carried you through a really difficult season? And what I'm trying to get at, and what we're trying to draw out, is the importance of physical health for the times when life gets hard, or and it could be health related, or just life in general gets hard, to where it's like, man, I've got my health, or I blow off steam working out in those hours at a time in a gym to be able to, meet the challenges of the world.
Yeah, I would say part of it is my work. I get pretty stressed at work pretty hard. So getting in the gym really is my stress reliever. I go early in the morning too. I go at 4:30 in the morning. I go to the gym so I can kind of get my day started good.
Yeah.
And I mean, so that's a big one for me, right? Getting rid of stress. I don't need any extra stress, and it helps me a ton. So that part, and then like I said, with my elk hunting and stuff, and the mountains that I hunt, I have people look at me all the time going, "How are you doing this?" It's like, well, it's what I train for every year. I mean, we a couple years ago we killed a bull, and we were like 2 miles from camp, and I had a 140-pound pack coming out. So it's and I was the first one back to camp and went and helped another guy take his pack. So it's just kind of one of those things, right? I don't know. It's kind of hard to, I guess, pinpoint it, but it's became my lifestyle. So it keeps me healthy and lets me allow me to do the things that I want to do. Don't know if I answered your question all the way or not on that one.
No. I mean, I like it because it's probably one of those cases where, I mean, you do have the stresses of the world, you do have things happen, but because of your fitness journey, your health, like you say, starting the day off right in the gym, you probably feel these things of the world less because your body is, getting rid of the toxicities and the things that, can really hold other people back, or depress them or bog them down. So
Definitely.
I think
I don't have to get up. I don't have to get up first thing in the morning and think about work. Right? I get first thing in the morning, I'm going to the gym, thinking about what I'm going to do today, how I'm going to lift, what my lifts are going to turn out like. I can worry about work after I get done. So that's kind of sets my state for the day.
Now, I mean, you mentioned work, but I thought you were just a fitness influencer.
That is funny because one of the guys I work out with, he owns Dead Nuts Outdoors. Anyway, he has told me so many times, he goes, "Man, you should be some kind of a trainer because you are like you are one of the most motivating people I know when you're lifting, because it's a passion." And I'm like, "Well, it is." I said, "But and he almost talked me into starting a business a few years ago doing this. I had a name, I had an emblem and everything. In fact, I think Noel Baca is the only one that has seen my emblem. So yeah,
nice, love it.
What was the name?
My name was Northwest Rugged.
Northwest Rugged.
It was pretty cool.
That's sweet.
I'm not saying
it doesn't have to be done. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
exactly.
Just saying, you can always come back on here and promote it when
there you go.
So
there you go.
Yeah. Was there ever a point where you almost quit this health journey?
Yeah, when I tore my rotator, it was tough.
Yeah,
that was tough. That was a major setback because I was just really getting my body back in shape again, starting to feel really good. I'd leaned out. I'd gotten down to like 180 pounds. Felt super solid. I mean, I was feeling super good. And then that happens, and that's like, had my surgery done like on January 2nd, and I think it was the end of April. I got back in the gym again, and I think I was only getting on like a strider, trying to get on a strider and get my motion in my arms back in again. And then I think I finally started lifting again like in June, like light, just starting to rotational, getting some movements going, getting good. Other than my physical therapist. My physical therapist, I was doing stuff, but that was not the same thing as lifting in the gym. But I was doing stuff with him. And then my whole thing was to make sure my arm was strong enough that I could shoot my bow. So that was my had to make sure I was good, and then I could, and it'd be good enough that if I fell in the mountains, I ain't gonna hurt it again. So
Yeah. That's great that you had a goal, something that's you're passionate about to help you push through. Like, Drew's got with his back stuff, he wants to get back to mountain biking, and I'm perfect. So,
Drew, I
Wow.
want to tell you about your back too. I have a broken back. So
Oh, okay.
I broke my back. I found out about 15 years ago when I was a chiropractor that I broke my back, my L4 or L5, I can't remember, but where your vertebrae sits and then the arms attach on the back of your vertebrae that all your muscles and ligaments are attached to, mine's broke off. So playing football when I was 17 years old, didn't know I broke it. I hurt it pretty bad, but my doctors all said, "Oh, you just got some stretched ligaments and stuff." So I was like, it's not what it feels like, but yeah.
It's like, it feels worse than that.
Yeah, so that's another motivator. My doctor told me, don't ever get a pot belly because things won't work.
Yeah.
I heard enough.
So
yep. Say no more.
So what I'm hearing is suck it up, pansy. Get back in the gym. That's what I'm hearing you say, right?
Not saying
is that the motivation.
Not saying that.
I heard him say B17.
I'm telling you, there's hope. That's what I'm telling you. There's hope. You're going to be good.
There
you go.
I appreciate that, and that's, I mean, from your Facebook posts and stuff like that. That's why we went on here, is because you're a big component of encouraging others and lifting others up. So I appreciate it as well.
Yeah, definitely.
And I'm on the mend. I take everything I learn from the people we have on here, and it definitely is that help. And that's why we love doing this, is because we hear your story. And I mean, from the offset, it's like, Darrell's just ripped and everything's going for him and it's perfect. But when we dig into the stories, it's like, no, I mean, we all have our hurdles. We all have our broken backs. We all have our issues that we've had to go through, our shoulders, like you said.
Yep.
And it just brings it more real to where it's like, hey, I mean, we're grinding together. There's a reason we grind, and we're not alone in our pain, suffering, step backs, all the above. So, I mean, it's just that encouraging piece for sure.
Yeah.
So thank you for that.
Absolutely, man.
Do you, in your journey, whether it be 2024, Conquer 90, before it, whatever, did you ever have kind of this moment where you're like, okay, I'm getting physically fit, but I'm also starting to see other pieces of my life come together? And what I'm kind of getting at is, we're body, spirit, mind. Mountain Ops really pushes those three aspects. And we've heard it late, and I've heard it over and over again in these interviews where people are just like, yeah, I started working out, and then all of a sudden my marriage is getting better, or my relationship with my kids are better, or my faith is getting stronger. Anything like that you really noticed?
Oh, definitely. Because my wife works out too, so it's kind of it's definitely gotten us much closer, I think, with a lot of aspects. Yeah, I think we enjoy being around each other more. Which we've been married for 31 years, so yeah, that's a good thing, right?
Well, first off, congrats on that.
Thanks, man.
Yeah,
but yeah, it definitely, that for sure. Definitely, I would think as I get older, my spiritual definitely starts to pick in a little bit more. I think about it a lot more, for sure. Yep. Yeah.
Well, first off, shout out to Clarissa, because we see you guys together in the gym, and you guys look like you really hold each other accountable and promote and push each other as well. So that's awesome.
Yep, absolutely. She's a beast. She does awesome. Yep.
Love it. So for people that are new to this challenge this year and making a big change in their lifestyle, from never thinking about getting healthy to, oh, I need to get healthy, and then and deciding to become healthy, for them to like make it their identity, can you look back and think of a moment when you realized that fitness had become part of your identity rather than just something that you need to do in your life?
Yeah. So the year I tore my rotator cuff in 2017. 2017, I think it was. And in May of 2019, I did a bodybuilding competition. So a year and a half after I had my rotator cuff, I competed in a bodybuilding competition.
Wow.
At that point, I realized, I should say before that, because I think it was 2017, I tore my rotator. 2018, I had been wanting to do a PCT hike forever. So if those don't know, Pacific Crest Trail hike. I wanted to do a 100-mile section. So I got some people.
From where to where?
I went White Pass to Snoqualmie Pass.
Okay.
So 100 miles.
Carrying an elk.
Well, I tell you, I learned a bunch because my pack was too heavy. I had a 50-pound pack, so that was a little much.
Dang.
Did it fine, but it was my feet paid for it. Yeah. My son and my daughter-in-law did it with us, and my nephew and my niece did it with me. 2019 was my bodybuilding competition. After that, I climbed Mount St. Helens. 2021, I did Mount St. Helens. And then pretty soon people started asking me, hey, what's your next challenge? What's your next challenge? And I'm like, what? And I guess I never thought of it to what, I hope this answers your question, Leighton, but it's like, as people start coming to me, hey, what's your next challenge? What are you doing next? And I was like, I don't know. I haven't thought about it much, and they're like, oh, well, that's not like you. You've got stuff going on all the time, And then I started thinking about it. And then I did in 23, I did my first ultra. So I did, and I'm not a runner. I hate running. Can't stand running. But trail running was completely different. It was, I enjoyed it. And so I did the Bigfoot 40 up around Mount St. Helens. So it's the loop around Mount St. Helens. It's 43.5 miles with 9,000 foot elevation gain and drop. So I trained for that from I think I started training in early April, and my run was in August. The gal that trained me she's an ultra runner, and we used to work out together in that beast mode class. And at first I told her, hey, I want to do a 20 miler. She says, no, you can do a 40. And I'm like, what are you talking? Are you crazy? I've never ran I've never ran a half a marathon. Why would I want to do a 40 miler? And she goes, because you can do it. You're tough. You're mentally tough. You're going to be fine. So my first training run with them was 12.5 miles, and I kept up with the whole group. And then we did 3,200 foot elevation gain and drop that day. And one of the gals asked me, she goes, so what's your, what did she ask me? She said something to the fact of, well, how many runs have you ran? I go, well, it's my first one. And she goes, what are you training for? And she says, the gal that was helping me, she goes, he's going to do the Bigfoot 40. She looks at me and she goes, you're going to do just fine. You just ran 12.5 miles with us and kept pace with us the whole time. You're going to do just fine. So I'm like, cool.
Nice.
So, but yeah, those
confirmation.
I guess as those have come forward, people will ask me all the time, hey, what's your next challenge? What's your next challenge? And then last year doing the Conquer Challenge, and then I've had people come to me again this year, hey, what's your next challenge? I'm like, I don't know. I've kind of been intrigued with the 50 miler. I've really been intrigued with the 100 miler. So I haven't, I don't know. I put more muscle on since I ran my ultra too. So that wears on you hard. So I don't know if I'm up for a 100 miler or not.
Yeah. So we've heard.
Yeah. And your brain's got to be sharp for trail running, especially that long. Cause to not roll your ankle on a rock, paying attention to everything, it's hard. So good job.
The hardest part of my first race that I ran was only, it was supposed to be a 25K, which is 16 miles, 15.5 miles, something like that. Ended up being 17.2. I was a mile from the finish line. I was going through this dip. And I'm sure there's people that's going to relate to this. I started going through this dip. There's a creek down there, and the ground starts moving. And I was like, what is that? Anyway, it was, I was undernourished. And I had been staying at the bar with everything. I grabbed a bar out of my pocket. I ate half of it and dialed right back in. I was like, oh, that is so weird. So
that's crazy.
It is crazy how tuned you get in with your body once you start doing all that stuff. Same with this, right? It's no different. With the Conquer group, you get in tune with your body. You know what your body needs. You can tell, and you do it.
Yeah. Well, it's really exciting. Yeah, take us through that mental side of it, though, because you went from a bodybuilder, somebody who's just in the gym and stuff like that, to all of a sudden hey, out of the blue, I'm just going to start to run this, 12 miles to start, and then go on from there. And those are very different disciplines. What in what part of that did you realize, hey, I could do more than what I'm doing? Was it the gal's encouragement? Was it just a process that you went through, or take us through that?
I think it's more of a process I went through because I'm a very competitive person. I like to be challenged. I like to do different things, and I've kind of watched these ultra runners run. It kind of intrigued me a little bit, but I don't know. It's weird because I'm very easily can be pushed to do something, or something gets me kind of reaches out there and tangles in front of me, and I want to go for it. There's a carrot right there. I think that reward, that self-reward of when you get done, it's not something someone can take from you, right? So this, I guess maybe this feeds back to me being a wrestler too. So, you have nobody, there's only one person that can make you better or worse, and that's you, right? So you you can't blame it on your teammates. You can't blame it on anything else. It's you. You get on the mat and it's you. There is nobody else.
Mm-hmm.
So that was part of it, right? And I think just that mental aspect of it is a huge part in my doing what I do. But yeah, my first bodybuilding competition, I dropped from 194 to 157.5. I did a little bit wrong. My cardio, I bumped into zone 3 cardio and I lost a lot of muscle, and I was pissed because I dropped down.
Yeah, sure.
Still took second place in the Masters division and took third place overall with every age group for the whole group of us on a true novice class. So yeah. So then after I lost all that, I was like, I want to get built back up again. So yeah, it's just
Sure.
very mental though. I'm just mentally challenged. I love to be mentally challenged. Something that's physically right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, Leighton, I'm hearing something here. He likes challenges. He rises to challenges. Darrell, you ever think of mountain biking?
I actually have thought about it in the past. I used to race BMX.
Okay. Oh man,
Oh,
then you
dude,
would it
perfect.
would come right
Same.
back. Seriously.
Yeah, when I
Seriously,
used to race
it's
BMX
ridiculous.
when I was a kid. I loved it.
Okay. Well, both Leighton and I love mountain biking. That's what we really train and work out for. And so we're always looking for other people to be challenged with. So.
And it's still just as fun as BMX.
Oh yeah, my wife would kill me if I pick up another hobby
fun.
right now.
Oh no, it's cheap. It's so cool. It's
Uh-huh.
so cheap.
No, get her into it first,
dude, you're clever.
and then you'll join.
Wow.
Don't make sure she doesn't listen to this episode though.
Yeah,
It's all his fault.
Crap.
It's all that guy's fault.
I know it.
Oh my gosh.
You guys might get me into it one of these times. I might try it just to see.
Well, hey, for the summit, we're actually going a day early, and we're gonna mountain bike around Utah. So.
Oh, that'd be fantastic. I'm super bummed because I actually booked a salmon trip right on that.
That's right. I forgot.
Yeah, and I was like, oh my god.
Just cancel it.
Yeah, salmon. What's salmon?
No big deal.
Yeah, I have my own
Salmon.
jet ski too, so I really don't need to go out in the ocean and go salmon fishing. But we do it. I actually started last year with my son and my grandson and my brother and my son-in-law. Get us all together and we go. So it's I kind of messed up.
No, that's important. No, but it's important.
Yep.
Well, I was gonna say, like, with most of the people we have on here, I don't know if you guys know, but there's meat at the store, and don't have to go on for it anymore. No one told you.
I told you I farm too, right? I got my own beef. My freezers are pretty cool.
Yeah. You go to a grocery store, you're like, oh my gosh, it's so easy.
Yeah.
No. Usually you go to the grocery store and be like, wait, meat is that color? No, that's wrong.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I am totally kidding.
Salmon's not that color. I'm sorry.
No. Beef is purple. Since when is beef purple?
Right? Delicious.
Mine is when I leave it out.
Yep.
This episode is outfitted by Pendulum Threads, built for the hybrid athlete. Whether you're in the gym, on the trail, or chasing your next challenge, their gear moves with you. Head to pendulumthreads.com and use code COUNTDOWN2 for 15% off your order. Pendulum Threads. Perfect comfort, perfect performance.
Darrell, you've talked about how people should never underestimate what their body can do. Did this challenge reveal anything about your own physical or mental capacity that surprised you even further than what you've already been kind of challenging yourself with?
Yeah. Because, like I said, the year before this challenge, I worked really hard in the gym to get bigger and to lean out as good as I leaned out and then maintained it, right? I've maintained it. Shortly after the challenge, we went to Mexico last year for our 30th anniversary. And,
nice.
It made me feel pretty weird, right? I was at the pool quite a bit, and I don't know how many people walk up to me and say, "Are you a bodybuilder?" I'm like, "No, I am not. No, I'm not."
Just me, natural.
Yeah.
I hate it when people do that to me too. Yeah. Wait, why are y'all laughing?
Get you in the gym, buddy. You're close enough too. I can get you in the gym.
Oh, dude, I'm game. Let's do it.
Yeah, but I guess underestimating your body is, it's like, I think everybody thinks, I don't know how to say it. Cameron Haynes says it perfect, right? Hasn't found his wall yet, right? Hasn't found his limit. I think he says and I think most people give up. You got one, don't you? That's right. That's right. Yeah, but I think
Notice you're not wearing it.
in his book,
Well, it's all
I'm
wet.
pretty sure in his book he says it's he hasn't found his limit, right? Everyone asks him, "What's your limit?" He goes, "Haven't found it yet." And I think that's huge, and I think that's part of how I was this last year. Doing it is when I leaned out, I felt amazing, and and I guess what people don't realize is a lot of people get their head in their way, right? They don't think that they can do something, and your body's going to do way more than what your head is going to let it do. So
Yeah.
you got to get your head straight first. You get your head in the right place. You get your head in the right place, your body's going to follow. You just got to take care of it. Just got to take care of it.
Yeah. And I agree with that. Like, so we've talked about it in the past episodes, with different people, where it's like you got to be careful who you're trying to emulate. There's a lot of people that are, these influencers in the gym, but they don't really live in real life, and they'll spout these things, and it's really toxic because it's very unrelatable. But there are certain, gosh, I'm using nuggets again, Leighton. There are certain nuggets.
You're welcome.
That you hear, and one of them, like Goggins, there's a lot I just can't stomach. And that's no shade on him. It's just how I receive it. But one thing he does say, and it to your point was, and I'm going to butcher it a little bit, but our bodies can handle way more than what we allow it to do, and it all begins and ends in the mind. And man, the first time I heard that, I'm like, dude, that is so true. We limit ourselves so much on what we truly can do. I mean, even with my back pain, I'm learning how to not just take it as it is, because I mean, there is an injury there, but how is my mind responding to it is a difference of how it repairs itself. I mean, so even that,
right,
it blows my mind. So I hear you. I love that. I appreciate that.
Yeah, that was, and that, yeah. And I loved when you talk about that too, with all the influencer stuff, because it's like, people need to realize that is not real, right? That's not real. The stuff that we all do is real. I mean, it's we all work for a living. We do stuff for a living, right? And then what we do with our other time, what makes us. So
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, 100%. And I mean, on that vein, on that note, have you ever had a moment where you are getting lost in comparison to other people, or are you pretty dialed in, blinders on, to where it's just like, no, this is just me against me? I
told you I'm a super competitive person, right? So everybody that I see, when I see people, whether they're not in shape right now or they are in shape right now, they motivate me. For me, it's a motivation. It doesn't, I won't say I compare myself to people. I try really hard not to compare myself to people. And I tell people the same thing, right? Not everybody, just because my results are where they are, or how fast my body changed, not everybody's body changes that fast. So that's something that a lot of these people, that are only dropping a little bit. I remember, I want to say this too. So this is one of the key things I want to tell people. When I first started doing, this is going to answer your question, but in a little bit roundabout way.
No, you're good. Keep going, man.
When I first started doing that beast mode class, I worked out for 8 weeks before I lost a single pound. And I mean, I worked out hard. It was brutal. First 2 nights I came home from that, I literally laid in my living room floor and couldn't eat dinner because I thought I was going to puke. Because I can't do anything halfway either. That's another thing my wife gives me crap about, is because you can't just ease into it. I go, what's that? What is easing into anything? So
why would?
But it took me 8 weeks of those workouts before I lost a single pound, not 1 pound. And then after 8 weeks, so I guess that's pretty close to where people are right now, right? They're at 8 weeks right now. So 8 weeks, and then my weight started to change. People said they started to see things different with me, but I never noticed it. didn't take pictures, right? That's stupid. Take pictures because pictures are going to show you everything.
Yeah.
But I started into that, and then once I started to lose a little bit, it was like, oh, I lost a pound this week. Oh, I lost a pound and a half this week. I lost only another pound this week. I lost 3 pounds this week. And next thing I know, I was down 13 pounds in like the next 5 weeks. And so I was like, okay, right? My body was changing. I didn't notice it because the scale wasn't moving. So, which another thing I tell people, quit look at the scale, man. Scale doesn't tell you. Scale doesn't tell you what you need to know. Take pictures. Take pictures. Yeah. So yeah, that's a motivation thing I'll tell everybody is, don't compare yourself, and just because you don't see the scale moving, don't fret it. If you're doing everything right, it's going to happen. Just keep on with the process, because it's going to happen. And when it does, you're going to be like, there it is. And it'll all of a sudden trigger and start happening.
Nice. Now, you being a competitive person, as you say, and seeing other people motivates you. When you see Leighton in his program, does he motivate you?
Everything that everybody says in some way motivates me.
Oh, sorry, Leighton.
Man, that's picking on. That's bad.
Oh, man. Welcome, I've been picking on him too much for the last...
Welcome to our show.
Yeah. Just strays left and right out of nowhere, catching them.
Big brothers do that to little brothers.
Yeah, that's right. Speaking of strays, Leighton, it's your turn.
Thank you. I know. Did you ever... I'm going to mute you. I have the power. Just edit you out completely.
I'm used to it.
Did you ever have a moment during the 2025 challenge where friends or family started noticing the changes you were making?
Yes, probably after the 60 days, the last 30 days, people started seeing me and they're like, "Oh my God, you're getting shredded." I said, and I kind of noticed it happening, but I really didn't notice as much as they did. And then all of a sudden, the more people started saying something, that's when I was like, this is getting for real. This is good. So yeah, that was probably about that time was when it really started happening for me.
Not just physical too. Was there any any mental changes? Mood. Because you're processing things in the gym.
Look at my before and after pictures. I'm smiling in my after pictures, and my before pictures, I am not happy.
Fair enough.
That's probably about the clear as I could be right there. That was my whole mindset.
Legit.
After like 60 days, my mind was great. I was in a great place. Super, definitely mentally was awesome. Yep.
Good.
No, that's awesome. What do you normally tell people when they're just like, dude, how are you jacked? And at this age, what's your common response?
I tell them to quit eating. I said, get off processed food. First thing, I said, get off processed food. I said, my original bodybuilding coach, she told me, you shouldn't eat anything out of a bag or a box.
Oh man.
I know, huh?
I think that limits everything.
Yeah. But I'm fortunate, right? I do a lot of hunting. I do a lot of fishing.
Yeah.
I raise my own beef. I raise my own pork. Yeah, it's one of those things. So yeah, it works for me.
Yeah, clearly.
Cool.
Yeah.
I've heard that one, and I've also heard stay on the outside aisles of when you're grocery shopping. The inside is on the aisles is all the process.
Oh, that's good because the bakery's on the outside too. So thank you.
Hey,
that's right.
Sourdough bread.
Hey man, we all got to eat donuts every now and then.
Ask James Stone.
That's right.
That's right.
His is donuts. Mine is ice cream. Man, yeah, I'm a sucker. Gosh. Cold Stone is bad for me.
Oh, dude,
that's still around?
Oh yeah.
Like, unfortunately,
I was there last week.
Yeah, Leighton. It's in towns that are actually bigger than yours. So.
Oh man, stay the grind. Stay on the grind, because this is when this is when things you'll start noticing the most changes right now. I mean, everyone has made changes. Everyone I've seen on there so far has been making great progress. You'll see progress. You may not feel it, and all of a sudden you take a picture and you're like, oh, yes, right? That should be your motivation. You see that picture change. You see what's happening. This next 30 days, it's going to happen tenfold. It's because you've spent 60 days getting your body dialed in and making the changes. Now your body's going to respond. So use these last 30 days to really hammer it home, because it's going to make those final changes now. Get yourself set, and then after this, just stay on it, right? Get your lifestyle change and get it ready to go.
Yeah. Hey, when motivation fades, as it does, and you're at these last 30 days, what would you encourage? What habits helped kept you in, fighting mode to these last 30 days?
I guess knowing how hard I'd worked so far and my results were really starting to pay off, that I just kept on doing the same thing I had been doing, just trusting the process, right? Trusting the process, knowing that it's working, and let it happen now, right? Just let it continue to happen. Pretty much. That. I don't know what else to say on that one. That was probably about it.
Yeah. It works. I want to switch gears a little bit to community and such, just because that's a huge piece, I think, in most journeys, with Mountain Ops and their Conquer 90, and then they have their summit, which you showed up to last year, which was great to see you. I always love seeing it, because it's almost like seeing celebrities, because you grind with these people one-dimensionally through Facebook, and then you see them in person, you're like, whoa, oh man, there it is. Like, I was asking for autographs and stuff like that, so I'm sorry I got weird. But when you attended last year, what were the biggest takeaways from that experience?
Oh man, just the whole community atmosphere. My wife and I both said the same thing. It's the best group of community we'd been with ever. Like, I mean, what was there, 180 or 200 people of us there, and you could talk with anybody. Trevor walked up to me. He goes, "Darrell, I'm so glad you made it." I'm like, "Oh my God, you know my name." And
exactly.
yeah, right.
Love that.
I mean, yeah, it was incredible. I got to meet all you guys, and just was super cool. It just was all, like I said, all the people that we talk with, on Facebook all the time, but not actually getting to meet everybody in person was great. Was awesome. Just the whole thing was incredible. We were 100% going to go again this year. We were going to go every single year now, and I just Darrell screwed up. So yep.
Well, I'm sure they'll keep going, so there will be more.
Good.
Fine, I'll go this year.
Leighton, you're gonna love it. You're gonna be amazed.
Oh yeah.
Oh, he already booked his. Well, we both booked our tickets already, so
we're set. I heard Leighton booked twice.
Yes.
Yes, I did.
Yep.
I was a Leighton screwed up.
Yeah. I was gonna say Darrell screwed up. I mean, unfortunately, you can't fix yours. Leighton screwed up. Thankfully, he could switch his. So
yeah, I was like, why?
I've done that before, where he's just like, seriously.
Dude. Luckily, it was in the window where it was like, yeah, you can change it. And I was like, yes, and it was cheaper.
Nice.
So.
Boom. Nice.
It worked
Excellent.
Out.
Words.
A lot. I thought I was just reading in my head real quick to make sure it made sense.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. A lot of people finish a challenge and slowly fall back into old habits. What helped you stay consistent from April all the way through the rest of the year?
Elk season. Right? That's a good motivator for me, because it keeps me, that's part of it, right? Part of it, because I do everything I do so that I can enjoy my time in the mountains and not be hamstrung on where I can or can't go. That's one of my big things, right? And I want my kids and my grandkids to be looking up to their grandpa and their dad, going, "That's my dad," that's my grandpa, right? Look at him. And I know how hard I worked this last year, especially to get to where I got to, that I didn't want to fall off, right? Yeah, I gained a little bit back this year, but I'm back down almost to where I ended up at last year, so I'm pretty solid right now. I feel good. Yeah, but it was kind of those things, right? Well, I thought for sure when we went to Mexico last year, I was going to be trashed, ruined everything. But I worked out every day we were down there, watched my food pretty
Nice.
good. Yeah, just it was solid. And then I knew we were going to the Conquer Summit in July, so I was like, I can't go there puffy, right? I gotta have to maintain this or I'm gonna be in trouble. So yeah.
Yeah. No, it makes sense. And we really try to drive home like the challenge is great. 90 days is great, but it should serve to jumpstart the rest of the year. But too often or not, we all, and I'm guilty of this too, go through the challenge, have good, great results, whatever, and then it's like, oh, challenge is over. Let's go binge,
right?
Or let's go, shop in the middle aisles, like Leighton was saying, and so it just backfires on us. And so we try to drive like, hey, what is April to December look like? And you answered, sounded like elk. It was a big piece. The summit was a big piece of that. But did you find yourself training different after the 90 days was over?
No, absolutely not. Stayed right on.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yep, stayed right on. I told you, when I get dialed in, I get things in my head. I'm on it. So, I mean, I lift 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, and take the weekends off. So that's my schedule. And if I do other stuff, if I go for a hike or if I do anything else, that doesn't count against that just adds on to whatever I'm doing. So yeah, I try to.
You don't substitute even that.
What's that?
You don't even substitute that. Like if you've got an event or a hike or something, that's an added thing. That's not, oh, well, I'm not going to lift today because tomorrow, the next day. Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Okay. Rad.
Yeah. That's kind of been my thing. So that's how I try to stay with it. I have 2 good workout partners.
Consistency piece.
Hold me consistent. They keep me accountable also. So
that helps.
Yep.
I like that you mentioned that it was like bigger picture, kids, grandkids, whatever, that you want to be able to keep up with them is what kept you going. Others being there for others.
Definitely.
That's great. When you finished the challenge yourself, what did completing it mean to you personally?
That I succeeded in getting myself back where I wanted to be. Very much so. Yeah, that was a huge thing for me because I really was super unhappy where I was at. And getting to that point, I felt fantastic. I felt super good. I just knowing that I could be an old guy and still get where I need to be and have the young guys looking at me going, there's no way you're 55 or 56 or 57. I was like, yeah, I am. So yeah. That's my motivation, right? Just kind of, again, like what you're saying is people knowing that someone look up at you going, I want to look like that when I'm 57 years old. So
yeah,
that's helped me stay motivated.
Well, even
also.
Yeah, and even just being able to look at you and be like, wow, that is possible to look that way at 57 years old. I mean, that right there, even for myself, is like, geez, that's awesome motivator for sure. So, all right, Darrell, we want to ask a favor of you to really drop some solid wisdom on us. And that is, we really want you to, you be involved with the Facebook group, the Mountain Ops Facebook group, encouraging them, stuff like that. When you answer this question, if you would, think of the pictures of the people that are, constantly talking back and forth with you and others in there. What message would you give them right now for 30 days out from ending it? And also to look to the future, April to December, to not quit, to push through, to even step it up. What's your message of wisdom and encouragement?
I'd say these next 30 days for most, you've gone 60 days at this level you've been at so far, right? Step it up, kick it up. If you're not happy where you're at right now, dig a little deep, reach in there a little bit harder. Know you can do it, and make it happen, right? Just do it. Just dig deep and make something happen. And then after it's over, don't quit. Don't quit because you worked too hard to get where you're at. So think about that, right? When you want to stop and say, God, I don't want to go today, or I don't want to go for a hike today, or I don't want to go for a run today. If you start telling yourself that all the time, pretty soon you get back into that habit again, and you fall right back into where you started at. And you've worked too hard for 60 days or 90 days or 180 days to let yourself fall back and have to start over, right? Nobody wants to reset. So You got to, if you got to sit down for a day or two or a week, take a week off and get your head straight, do it. But just remember to jump back in, put both feet forward and go.
There you go, Layton.
Boom.
There you go. That was for you, buddy.
Thanks, man.
Stay in zone 2.
No, I love that. I mean, well, yeah, exactly. No, I appreciate that. And I think as well, I really like what you say where you had other things in place too. It wasn't just, oh, this is the end of Conquer 90. You also like, okay, next is the summit. I don't want to look flabby for the summit. Okay, next after that is elk season. I want to be, having that as a goal, all the while also having the goal of being somebody that others can look up to, being somebody that, grandkids look up to. And I love the sheer fact that your grandkids are looking up to you and going, oh, that's normal.
That's right.
Of course, Papa or whatever they call you. Of course, Grandpa's in the gym. That's normal. So they're going to emulate that or copy that because, yeah, that's what they saw as normal. So I love that piece and what you're handing down to your, next generation for sure. So
that's the goal, right? Got to keep all these kids moving in the right direction.
Yeah, off the screens. Oh,
yep.
Layton, anything else, buddy?
I like the last line that you had.
Do it.
Outline
Do
for
it.
you.
Do it.
Okay.
Make it happen.
Well, just as a reminder, everyone, that 30 days from now, everyone doing the Mountain Ops Conquer 90 challenge will either be proud they finished or wish they had done more. So let's finish strong. So
stay strong, everybody.
Yep. Absolutely.
Dig it.
Darrell, we appreciate your time. We are honored to have you on here. Just based off of your story, your determination, sharing your life, weaknesses, strengths, failures, successes. I mean, that's humbling to us. That it's like, dude, you want to be on here to express that and to share. And again, our whole goal and hope is to really encourage others who may be in the same spot. And so thank you so much for your time. And I know I am super encouraged to keep grinding for sure.
While on vacation too.
On vacation.
So thank you.
Yeah, guys.
Yeah.
We appreciate
Thanks a ton, guys. You
So-
guys had me on here. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
And who knows, maybe I'll jump on my mountain bike, come down there, we'll go do something.
Let's do it. Let's go.
Dude, let's do it. We're game. So,
All right.
right on, brother. Have a good one. Thank you.
You guys too. Thanks a lot.